When the Twilight saga was at its height, it seemed like Taylor Lautner was set to become one of Hollywood's biggest stars, but then it didn't really turn out that way. Here's what may have happened. Faded hype. Lautner's Twilight co-stars Kristen, Stewart, and Robert Pattinson were clever with their careers. While still attached to the franchise, they both starred in other films, like Adventureland and Water for Elephants. As a result, the duo likely had an easier time transitioning to other roles post-Twilight. Lautner, however, had only a bit part in Valentine's Day to hold him over until the franchise was over. A source told The Hollywood Reporter, "It's not easy to move out of the shadow of a hit like Twilight, but he's still very young. There's time for Taylor to become more than just Jacob." Box office bomb. Lautner was the marquee name in 2011's Abduction, but the movie didn't do well. At all. The film was critically panned and earned a humiliating 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. That wouldn't be so bad if the box office numbers were better, but the flick made only $28 million domestically, not even breaking even on its $35 million budget. An agent told The Hollywood Reporter his first movie just wasn't very good, and it didn't justify what he was asking for at the time.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said there was no pressure involved, but you know, I just try and stay focused on what I can control.
Too expensive. Studios just don't think Lautner is worth the money he asks for. A source told Vulture that Lautner's talent agency did a brilliant job of convincing Hollywood that he's the next big movie star, but didn't convince audiences of the same. Lautner demanded $5 million for Abduction. When that bombed, studios could no longer justify the $7.5 million he asked for to star in Stretch Armstrong and the whopping $10 million to star in the retelling of the biblical David and Goliath. Both movies were shelved indefinitely. 4 years after Abduction, Tracers was Lautner's second attempt at a leading role. Unfortunately, the film never even got a US theatrical release, and the reviews from those who actually did see it were not good. The Ridiculous Six. Lautner seems to have gotten in tight with Adam Sandler, landing a bit part in Grown Ups 2 and a supporting role in the Netflix film The Ridiculous Six. Unfortunately, The Ridiculous Six not only scored a whopping 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, but also happened to stir up a lot of controversy over perceived racist jokes. Lautner would probably do well to just leave that one off his resume. Passion Project. In 2016, Lautner took on the film Run the Tide, an indie drama with no budget and no big studio backing. It couldn't have been further from his Twilight roots or his attempts at becoming an action hero. Lautner described the film in a Metro interview as a passion project for everyone involved. Unfortunately, reviews were dismal. The AV Club labeled it bargain basement schmaltz, too blandly folksy even for Sundance. And the young folks claimed the emotion felt forced and it lacked authenticity. The review even zeroed in specifically on Lautner's performance, saying that he just isn't very believable as much as he tries to be. Is it any surprise that Lautner seemed to take a sabbatical after this? Taking his time. Lautner has admitted that he'll be pickier about the roles he chooses moving forward. When asked by ABC News if he was worried about being pigeonholed by his Twilight role, Lautner said,
"That's kind of why I want to choose things that are different."
While he considers his career's direction, Lautner's really not in any hurry to get back on a movie set. He told Reuters in November 2016, "For me, the biggest thing is just surrounding myself with people that I love. Just spending time. It doesn't matter what I'm doing as long as I'm with my friends and my family."
When I'm not busy dude. When I'm not working, you know, playing sports with my buddies, watching The Bachelor.
Focused on love. Lautner and Billy Lord met on the set of Scream Queens, and their on-screen romance spilled over into real life. According to People, Lord and Lautner's rumored relationship began in December 2016. Lord's uncle, Todd Fisher, said the relationship was as serious as it was adorable, telling E! News he stepped up and acted like a husband would act. Not that that's what's going on, but it's just an amazing support system for her, and I'm glad he's in her life. However, by July 2017, Lord and Lautner were over as a couple. Is it possible that Lautner had pressed the pause button on acting for this romance? Work reunion? One of the brighter spots in Lautner's career has been the gamble he took replacing Andy Samberg's character on the BBC comedy Cuckoo. He was playing completely against type, but he apparently nailed it. According to The Telegraph, Lautner was very good indeed. Series co-star Greg Davies also had nothing but praise for Lautner, hinting to Metro in November 2017 that they may work together in the future. He said, "It's an unlikely friendship. We're doing 2 more series next year. I get on really well with him. He's a thoroughly decent chap." Granted, that's not a confirmation that Lautner is on board, but it sure seems like he's got an open invitation and a critically lauded avenue to pursue should he choose to accept it. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, Check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.